Hello, Mama's Fallen Angels. This is Big Robbo, and I'm here with DJ Ashba of Guns N' Roses and, of course, Sixx AM. Got a lot to talk about with DJ. As you know, he's a guy that's got a lot of irons in the fire, always very busy creating and recording music. But first, I want to start off, DJ, with you're moving out of L.A. after 20 years. That's got to be kind of weird.
Yeah, man, it's time. I'm excited about it, though.
Yeah, I think that with the way that people share things now, and of course, Sixx AM is really on the cutting edge of getting things out digitally and making sure that the social networks are updated. With the way things are shared now, with the writing and even recording of music, it's not, you don't have to be in LA and be in a room with the guys to be creative.
Absolutely. I think that's the beautiful part about, the internet and all that. You literally have the world, in your living room, on your laptop, and that's what's so powerful about the internet. You literally can pretty much live wherever and run multiple companies without much, if any, overhead. And it's really cool because it's giving a lot of new young bands an opportunity to be heard by large audiences by building up their fan base on Facebooks and Twitters and all that. And it's allowing, just entrepreneurs to kind of pursue their dreams,
Yeah, and it makes like you said, with the new bands, it makes it pretty cost effective. If you don't have have a lot of bank backing you up, and you can't break into the whiskey and the rainbow like bands did it back in the day traditionally, Facebook's a great way to do stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Wanted to talk about the not so new album now, but the newest Sixx AM album, This Is Gonna Hurt. Seen it, in doing research for the interview today, DJ, have seen you vehemently call it not a soundtrack, but definitely a concept album based on some of the art that Nikki had. When I listened to the album when it came out the first few times, I thought, wow, this is really, really dark. As I continued to listen to it, I said, it's gone from dark to me to inspiring. Is that something that takes place in the writing? Did that have a lot more to do with the artwork, or how exactly did that come about?
No, I mean, first of all, that means a lot to me, and I know it would to the other guys, too, because, Sixx AM, we always try to go against the grain, and we try to write about subjects and topics that a lot of people turn a blind eye to or just, are maybe kind of scared to touch upon. We like to kind of make people think and hopefully inspire and hopefully help people in really, kind of screwed up situations in life. And Sixx AM is definitely, it's one of those bands where, we've never looked at it as a band. I think, the photography that Nikki does is so inspiring. We got inspired by some of the photos he shot. He got inspired by some of the songs we were writing. So he would set up different photo shoots, just off the basis of him being inspired by, say, a lyric that we came up with or whatever the case may be. So it definitely is they go hand in hand for sure, but I just don't see it as a soundtrack. I see the Heroin Diaries was definitely a soundtrack because the storyline followed the book and the narration kind of, it took you on a musical journey. And if you read the book and you listen to the album, they very much are, they go definitely hand in hand. But I think, the photography definitely inspired the music, and the music inspired the photography. And I think, the end result was something super positive that we're all proud of.
Yeah, and it's something that's still, on that positive note, DJ, which is obviously there. Like I said, it took me a few listens, but I finally got it. That's what rock and roll is. It's the music of rebellion. It speaks to the, the outsider, the outcast, and I think that that's something that Sixx AM captures really, really well.
Yeah, I mean, I think that probably the most magical thing about what we are doing, maybe without even knowing it, is we didn't set out to cram a new band down anybody's throat. This was literally a side project from Motley Crue, Guns N' Roses, all the things we do in our daily lives. And this was kind of an escape from all that. Like all the songwriting I do for different bands, I have to kind of write, in the vein of that band, So this is something that we have an open canvas as artists, and we can be true artists and paint outside the lines. We have every color in the rainbow to paint with, and it's just a project where we just go for it, you know, right or wrong, because we don't care. We never did care if radio played the songs, and I think that is the key to anything in life, whether it's you know, if you're an artist or if you're a musician or if you're an actor, an actress, or you know, you work at McDonald's. I think if you're true to your heart and you do what you do because you love to do it, if you love what you do, you'll never have to work a day in your life. And I think that is the key, just writing for yourself and not trying to follow what other people are doing or try to, you know, I think if you're just true to yourself, other people sense that and they get that, you know, and I think that's when you're at your rawest form. That's when you're a true artist and you're being true to your craft, I think.
Yeah, and I had to become a DJ Ashba expert before the interview today because, you know, kind of nervous. Haven't talked to anybody of your caliber before. And that's one thing that he says, all the young people out there that are going to hear this interview are going to read it in print and all our outlets. That's one thing that DJ really says is, you know, you never, ever fucking give up. You know, it's just it's almost the worst thing you can possibly do, DJ.
Absolutely. You know, I mean, you know, I never thought it was that hard to succeed at anything in life. Like, I never looked at things as dreams. I always looked at things as realities. And if somebody else was out there doing it, in my eyes, I was like, well, we're all human. We're all equal. There's no reason that I can't do it too. It just solidified the fact that it can be done in my eyes. So it made it very touchable, no matter what goal it was, and whether it's a brand new shiny car that some guy drives by in, well, he bought it. It can be done, so there's no reason I can't have it. So that's always been my mentality in going after things. And you know, you got to believe in yourself. You know, if you don't truly believe in yourself, you can't expect somebody else to. So I think it's the key to success is just being true to who you really are.
Yeah, and it means a lot coming from you, I think, DJ, to the people that'll, like I said, hear and read this, because you're somebody that's played the stadiums and been adored by millions of people, and you're also the same guy that was dropped by a record label, probably dropped by more than one. So, you know, I think that means coming from somebody like you. Yeah.
Absolutely, and I think you have to fall to learn. You know, you definitely. I don't know one person that's successful that hasn't taken a hit or two, you know, and scraped his knees along the way, you know, but you learn every time you fall, and you don't make the same mistakes twice, and you know, eventually you stop falling. I actually shouldn't say that. I don't think you ever stop falling, you know. I mean, I try things every day, and not everything turns into gold, you know, but it's fun, you know. You have to fall to enjoy the success, you know. I think if everything just fell in your lap, nothing would really mean that much. So,
right.
You know, so I love the fact that the hardship I've been through, and to somebody who doesn't maybe know a lot about me, they may be like, wow, he just had life handed to him, but they don't realize I've been playing since I'm 9 years old, you know, and I actually, you know, I've taken a lot of bumps and bruises and eaten a lot of ramen noodles for many years to get to where I am, but I never lost sight of my dream, you know.
Right, yeah, and for the folks listening, you know, if you're in that bar band and you're the guy that's getting booed, remember there's somebody in the back of the arena saying, man, DJ really didn't nail that solo, did he? So that gets you
right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
DJ, I know you just got back home and you're busy with the move and everything else. So I hate to even broach this subject, but you just returned with Guns N' Roses for a great tour of the year, by the way. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
And a lot of publications. I know that Motley Crue's got the game. Obviously, Nikki's going to be busy in February in Las Vegas. And it's been said several times before, even though you've kind of broken out of that mold with Sixx AM, that it's not a touring band. It's not that kind of entity. And we've already talked about how you can share and grow your music now online. But are there any tours planned for Sixx AM? Is there any kind of like mini thing? I know that we have an EP we need to talk about too, but is there anything lined up?
Yeah. You know, we definitely have a lot of big things up our sleeves, but until things are etched in stone, we don't want to give anybody any sort of fault. So when the time's right, absolutely everybody's going to know what we're up to and doing. And you rest assured we're always up to something, you know. And but yeah, I mean, as far as February, I believe we have some Guns dates booked. I know Motley's playing a whole month in Vegas, so definitely if you're in Vegas, go check out Motley Crue. It's a mind-blowing show, and it's just awesome, to see these guys up there, after, 30 years of being together as a band. That itself, they should win a medal for. But, yeah, everybody who hasn't seen them, and if you have seen them, definitely go check out this tour because they got a lot of new tricks up their sleeve for the Vegas stuff. So I'm excited. I can't wait to go out and check it out.
Yeah, me too.
And then at 6 a.m. we do have some stuff, for March, and we've been talking about some certain things, but nothing's in stone yet. But everybody will be the first to know once we have it locked down.
Right. Wanted to talk about and I mentioned it earlier, there is an acoustic EP that was kind of released. Yeah. I almost think of it almost kind of like a Christmas gift or around that time of year. It's got an unreleased song, and you can get that stuff. Like I said, we'll put the links to all these things up. But was that something?
Yeah.
Was that something that was planned, DJ, or were you guys just sitting around with acoustics and decided to strip those songs down? How did that come about?
It's something we just kind of got on the phones, and we're like, man, it would be great, because we had a couple acoustic versions of like Life is Beautiful and I believe Pray for Me and Accidents and certain different things. And, I don't know really. I believe, it's kind of Nicky's idea. Like, he kind of brought it up, and they'd be like, wow, that'd be great to do a couple acoustics off the new record, and let's package it and give it away for Christmas. I think, we've had such amazing we have amazing fans, and we've had such an amazing support from the fans, and we know we haven't been touring. Everybody wants us to tour, and it was just kind of our way to say thank you for, hanging in there and supporting this band so we can continue to make music for you guys, So it was just one of those things. We put it together, and once it started coming together, we realized, wow, this thing is really cool, because they're completely different versions of these songs, and it just gave people a different perspective on that song, which is kind of neat to listen to.
Right. I pride myself on not being a journalist. I told Michelle and Constance many times that I wasn't. But here's my friend's journalist question, DJ, and I'm just going to throw it out there, and you can respond any way you want.
Sure.
3 words: new Guns record. Take it away.
Yeah, I can't give anybody a definite date or anything, because, again, I'm not going to give anybody false hope. But what I can say is absolutely is our main priority. And, I cannot wait to get in. Axl has tons and tons of stuff recorded as it is. He sits there in his hotel room, and he'll play me hours of stuff, and I've written, over 10 songs for, I think 12 songs now for him that he really likes. And I think, once now that we're off tour, we're going to, kind of, start talking about, hey, let's start piecing together what we feel would be the next best Guns N' Roses record. So, it's absolutely everybody's goal to get out an album and get out an album, within a reasonable amount of time. So that is everybody's focus,
Right. DJ, like I said, I told the girls I wasn't going to keep you long, and I'm going to keep to that. I like to keep to my word. I know you're a very busy guy. I just want to say first, real big pleasure and honor for us, sir. We've been fans of your music in all its forms for a long, long time. We really do appreciate you taking the time.